Welcome everyone, Z Flip 4 versus Z Flip 3. They may look similar, but these small changes are really massive, and let's discuss. So first of all, the Z Flip 4 looks virtually the same. The main difference is with the front display. You actually have less bezel in Z Flip 4 compared to Z Flip 3. You may not be able to see it on camera. That's because I didn't notice it until I looked at the spec sheet, and that's what the spec sheet says. It is definitely there. You can see it if you look really hard. The bezel is slightly smaller, but it's a very big slight. Now on the back glass is matte and smooth compared to glossy and slippery on Z Flip 3. And I love the matte so much more on Flip 4, mainly because the Z Flip 3 would slide around on the table when the phone would get hot, which it really does. Let's talk about that in a bit. When it gets really hot, the phone gets sweaty, it becomes hard to actually hold, which is crazy. This issue does not exist in Z Flip 4. They did some optimizations that I will discuss. Now, actually using the phone. So first of all, this phone here is kind of hard to use. I mean, it's not like the phone, like folding it, etc. is hard. Like I can open up the screen with one hand. If I had more room, I'd be able to open it up, no problem. The main issue is the phone gets so hot, the phone has terrible battery life compared to the phone on Z Flip 4 getting less hot and having way better battery life. So on Z Flip 3, I could not get 3 hours of screen on time. What was I doing? Was I gaming for 3 hours? No, I wasn't even gaming for 3 hours, okay? I was watching YouTube, I was doing Netflix. When my mum got this phone, I just gave it to her because I didn't want it. She had the exact same issue. She had to turn off 120 Hz, she had to turn off all of these things, she had to turn on battery saver, and the phone wouldn't last a full day. It would not last a full day. This is compared to Samsung Z Flip 4, where they address those issues. So the first main issue is this entire phone just gets extremely hot and hard to hold. If you're doing stuff like hotspot, the phone will overheat. You have to open up the lid. If you're taking video, it will not be able to take video for a long duration of time, that is. With Z Flip 4, this bottom area does not get hot at all. This may sound like a small deal. This is a massive deal. Why? Well, when this area doesn't get warm, it actually feels comfortable to hold. Okay, it feels comfortable to hold because you are holding this bottom area. You're not holding this top area when using the Z Flip 4. You may have an index finger resting over here, but the main hands will not get slippery. This area does not become uncomfortable compared to Z Flip 3. On top of this, the battery life is way better. I can get 5 to 6 hours of screen on time. Is that iPhone 13 Pro Max level? No. But this is a folding phone. This is extremely thin, and that is great battery life. I'm happy with it. Not only that, the phone doesn't get as hot as Z Flip 3 in this top area, okay? It will get like quite warm here, like kind of uncomfortable here, but you never feel this area. This is compared to Flip 3 where everywhere becomes uncomfortably warm. So I'm very happy that Flip 4 has solved a lot of those issues. And that alone is a deal breaker, okay? It's one thing to have a folding phone, it's another thing to actually use it for the day. And you can use it for the day on Z Flip 4, you can't on Z Flip 3. Now, let's take a look at the processor. You have Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 in Flip 4 versus Snapdragon 888 in Flip 3. The facts of the situation are, they aren't really that much different. Other than the phone running cooler, gaming performance, when you go hardcore, it's barely different. Mainly because the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 just thermal throttles so bad. Same with Z Flip 3. The facts are, if you want a game, do not consider a folding phone. A Snapdragon 865 Plus processor in a gaming phone will run better than this Z Flip 4. That's not a joke, it's genuinely true. So what happens is you get full performance 60 FPS Genshin Impact max settings for 3 to 5 minutes, then it just crumbles. It can't even run at 20-30 FPS. On Z Flip 3 it crumbles to 15 FPS. It's quite bad, it is very bad, and even if you lower it to the lowest graphic settings, it thermal throttles so hard that that remains the same. Now, the display. So I've discussed display earlier. What I may not have discussed is this little, I don't know how to call it, a crease. I forgot the word when I was recording earlier. The crease in the Z Flip 4 is not as bad as the Z Flip 3. You may not be able to see it on camera, but when you're sliding across the crease, it feels quite bad. It's livable, don't get me wrong. You can't see it when you're directly looking at the screen, so it's alright. But on Flip 4 they've improved it, so it actually feels way less noticeable, and I absolutely love that with Z Flip 4. That is definitely something to like. Now the cover screens. These are the exact same. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The only difference is software. On Z Flip 4 you have more features. You can use the control center icons, you can do voice typing, you have a better camera preview with the back camera. While that sounds cool and all, that really is just going to come to the Z Flip 3 for free. You know, just keep that in mind. It would come with a software update. So the back has literally stayed the same. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. What hasn't stayed the same is the cameras. So the ultra wide is the exact same sensor. The front, the main camera is also the same sensor, but somehow they added more brightness to the sensor. Don't ask what that means. What it should mean in English is better camera performance, but they're the same sensor, but somehow the Z Flip 4 is better, according to Samsung. I'm not a photography guy. I look at a picture, it looks good, okay? iPhone 6 pictures look good to me, so I can't really help you with that one. The facts of the situation are they're going to take good enough photos regardless, so that's not something to worry about. So in conclusion, which one should you get? Z Flip 4 100%. I feel like the Z Flip 4 is what the Z Flip 3 should have released at. I guess they're trying to increase their brand awareness. They can't make a good phone right away, but the Z Flip 4 is the first good folding phone. I used the original Flip and that was garbage. The second Flip was just 5G added on, so that wasn't really an upgrade. Flip 3, it looks good, but the main issues, battery life, performance, they're just too bad. On Flip 4, great performance for basic tasks, YouTube, etc. Great battery life. The cameras overall are, you know, they get the job done. They are decent. Good display, better crease. I'm very happy with Z Flip 4. Z Flip 3, I don't think there's any reason why you consider it. I'm just being honest. I am being brutally honest with you. That's just the facts of the situation. So with that being said, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye bye.